Pleasant good afternoon to you. This is Champ of Champs race, which started about 15 minutes ago, and we're headed west. We are now on the eve of Maljuhana. Leading the pack is the UFO, which is about 5 boat lengths ahead. The Wizard second, Real Deal second, Wizard third, and Light and Peace fourth, with the Sonic in fifth place, and the Bush Boys in sixth place. So there are 6 boats participating in Champ of Champs. Today, this is the dog eat dog race, and they'll be fighting who is the supreme officer. Well, as far as I learned, the Real Deal is now in first place with points. I don't know how true it is because I haven't really, I didn't really check it out. But it's either between the Real Deal and the Wizard. So it's going to see what's going to happen now. And I must say that the UFO is running extremely well today. And there you got the 2 greyhounds. The 2 greyhounds is sandwiching. The 2 greyhounds is sandwiching the Real Deal, and she's trying to get away out of the thing. So, leading the pack now. Leading the pack is UFO, followed by the Real Deal, followed by the Wizard, followed by the Light and Peace, followed by the Sonic, which is coming on, and a good breeze is coming up behind. A good breeze is coming up behind us there. So it's going to be interesting to see when both of them get this wind that's coming behind them, what's going to happen. Here.
You're wrong. Don't want you in the front. Stop. Who do you want to go?
Harry. Got another mic. You got another mic? Yeah, got another mic. Oh, you have it? Yes, and we are now with the race. We started about a half an hour ago. The boats are here just to the head of Mees Bay. We can see the ever beautiful Maljuhana Hotel. If you ever come to Angola and you want a real vacation, you want to feel prestigious, you want real luxury, one of the hotels you can go to is Maljuhana. We also have, at the end of this same beach, Mees Bay, we have the great, beautiful Four Seasons Hotel. You can also stay there. And if you go online and Google Angola, we have a lot of beautiful Airbnb places for you to stay. Anywhere in Angola is safe. Anywhere in Angola is luxury. Everywhere in Angola is beautiful. I want to hail up the guys up at Back Street, the Back Street Massive. All of the people that stay on the hill in Back Street and watch the race. We are just outside of Maljuhana, opening up the middle of the bay. And the UFO has taken a clear lead. She's about 150 feet in front of the Wizard. And the Wizard is 100 feet in front of the Light and Peace and the Real Deal. The Light and Peace and the Real Deal are running neck and neck. And those of you that have a good imagination, the Real Deal is down the lee side of the Light and Peace. Once again, when we say down the lee side, we are looking at the side that the boom is facing. And today, all of the boats have their booms right now facing to the north. So I imagine that these boats will go around with their heads to the south. It will make for easy trimming of the sails. But we have to wait till we get down on the marker at the foot of the land and see which direction the boats would go. But for now, the boom is on the north side. A lot of these boats had to drive very early, just outside of Skiffles. They started the race with their booms facing St. Martin on the south side, but a lot of them had to drive, and a lot of them drove their booms to the north side, just outside of Skiffles. The UFO is still in front here on the lead. She has slipped away. The Real Deal was leading very early at Skiffles, but she has now dropped back to fourth place by about 500 feet behind the UFO. The UFO is leading as we come upon the Four Seasons Hotel. We are about a half of a mile to a mile outside of Four Seasons in the beautiful waters of Anguilla. And the UFO is running away right now in front with this race. Then the Wizard, neck and neck, third and fourth, Light and Peace, Real Deal. About 100 feet behind is the Sonic. And to the north of the Sonic, by about another 150 feet, is the Bush Boys. So the Bush Boys is bringing up the rear, still very much in a striking position in this race. The Sonic is also behind the other four boats, but still very much in a striking position to command the race. The Real Deal is neck and neck down the lee side of the Light and Peace. The Wizard in second place, and following the UFO, which is taking the lead right now. And we are coming out to the end of the Mises Bay Beach, just outside of Four Seasons, which is the beginning of Barnes Bay. And the boats will run past Barnes Bay, run past Blaleham, run past the foot of West End, go around the marker at Little Angelita, and they will maneuver, make their attacks north and south until they get back to center ground.
Okay, Curtis, it seems like you want a rest after quite a hectic carnival season. Anyway, you by my reckoning has been very accurate in terms of your positioning.
I'm all poker out, Ralph. Poker out, poker run.
Okay, poker run, Curtis. That's what we are witnessing at the moment. A much subdued personality compared to other days when he's full speed ahead. And he said to you the UFO is leading the race at the moment, but being caught up by both the Wizard and the Real Deal. When we say a boat is leading now, I want you on land to be very careful because we are still in very close proximity. The Bush Boys bring up the rear, but it's not that far behind the Sonic, and the Sonic's not that far behind the UFO and the Light and Peace, which would not be that far in front of behind the Wizard and the UFO. The distance between the first four boats closing very much now, and just a little gap, not very significant, between the fourth place boat and the sixth place boat, which is now the Bush Boys. A much subdued sea and air situation since the B-class race. It was really towering out here. You were getting some stiff seas, some stiff wind, but now it's calmed down. It's calmed down quite a bit as we sail towards the west of Four Seasons. And I think I don't have to repeat it, but just for reminding you of it, Curtis said we are in the Blaleham area. We are going to go to the foot of West End. We are going to pick up the line-up marker, and then we are going to pick up the buoy to turn to the east. Today's race had to be a two-lap race, but because of the sort of impending weather conditions, it has come down to a one-lap race, just like the B-class race. And there's a little catch-up now between the Sonic and the rest of the at least four of the other boats on the inside. The Sonic is on the outside, fifth, followed by the Bush Boys. That is actually bringing up the rear. In front is the UFO at the moment, followed by the Wizard, followed by the Real Deal, followed by the Light and Peace. So we may have missed one in the third place position.
And the Real Deal, Ralph, has just run about 100 feet from the side of the Light and Peace, and now she has gone forward. And the Real Deal is now in second place by your nose. Imagine that.
Well, that's the way it is, Curtis. Going to the West in particular, the Real Deal has always been a fantastic runner, and so would have been the light and peace. But we are at the moment watching the Wizard somewhat fairly close to the Wizard, the Light and Peace. Yeah, the Light and Peace next to us, followed by the fast approaching Sonic. Sonic carrying a blue body and white bottom, a black jib and a white mainsail, and quite colorful actual life-saving bits of equipment strapped around their sailors as they go towards the west. And Curtis, quite a nice day here at sea.
Yes, a very beautiful day. The whole week was very beautiful. Saturday, the sea came up a little bit with some wind, but the poker run went down well because the boats are running by motors. That was very beautiful. I really enjoyed the poker run. And it's a strong event, had a big turnout. Lots and lots of boats, lots of people from all around the world. People came from all the way south as far as Trinidad, Ralph. So that tells you just how attractive poker run is. And next year, more people plan to come. People just love it. It's a good time of camaraderie and fellowship. The entire August has been good.
And I certainly believe that you enjoyed Poker Run, Curtis, because it seemed to have you subdued. And you are a person who's always excited, but today you are shaken down a bit.
Yes, well, you know, Ralph, when you start to get up in your years, your energy box does leak. And I think I got a few leaks in my energy box. But I have enough to finish out today. And I had a friend invite me to go somewhere tonight, say they got something done by John Ho's, but I won't be going to that. I don't really go out in the night like that, Ralph.
Well, I've heard you explain.
I'm a quiet limer.
Quiet inside troublemaker limer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the boats have caught back up with the UFO here, Ralph.
Oh yeah.
That 200-300 feet that she had, the boats has now reduced it to 75 feet.
Yeah.
The Real Deal has now taken over second place, 75 feet behind the UFO. 35 feet behind the Real Deal is the Wizard. Down the lee side of the Wizard is the Light and Peace. And down the lee side of the Light and Peace is the Sonic. And the boats are closing in here with some fresh wind that came down from behind. There's a lot of white water caps now on the sea. The boats is in a little bit of a squall. You can tell that the boats from behind caught a little squall blowing down here just outside of Barnes Bay. And all of the boats are back together again, Ralph.
Yes,
we are back in the peloton. Everybody is back together. Only 10, 15 feet separating these boats now. And we are back on the run.
Yes, certainly, Curtis, you've called
over
it.
Here
right
we have some beautiful people. Beautiful people. You're enjoying it? You're enjoying it? Say bags of sugar. Bags of sugar, that's right. Bags of sugar back in boat race.
And certainly, Curtis,
and you can see the number of motorboats. Already we have 30 motorboats out here with people following the race. Boat race is getting big, and we want it to get big, to be international. We want the whole world to come and see what's going on in Anguilla. And everybody knows now that the rule for boat race is you never go to sea without the ladies. You have to have the ladies on board.
Well, Curtis, you are doing quite a bit to help as far as that is concerned. But ladies are now doing the same thing men are doing, so we do not have to worry about that significantly. Bringing up the rear of this race at the moment, the A-class champion of champions race would be the Bush Boys. The Bush Boys, there's a somewhat reasonable gap between the Bush Boys and the Sonic, but all the other 5 boats are in striking distance. There's the catch-up exercise right now between the UFO that was considerably away out front. The Real Deal is a nose out front in second in pursuit of the UFO. On the outside, right in front of us, will be the Sonic.
We have a little predicament come up here, Ralph. I anticipate some trouble coming here because the 2 stakes, the 2 markers are already down. The first marker is to stop the boats from jostling for position, and the second marker is where they trim their sails and raise back to stand the ground. But the markers are already under the lee of the boats. So all of these boats are going to have what we call hard draw. It looks like these boats are going to have a little bit of hard draw, or they just might make it. We'll be watching.
So certainly you're very correct as far as that is concerned, is because normally going around the marker for lineup and the other one to go back is a smooth process, but today it will be a little more difficult. So I accept the boat racing terminology, hard draw, but they could have seen it from a distance. I personally believe that seeing it from this distance, they are going to be able to actually smoothen things out. The Sonic is coming now and is coming virtually in striking distance of the UFO, and on the inside is the real deal. I can see the real deal fractionally out front at the moment of the four in the middle, and the UFO is like when you're in bicycle race, you're doing a catch-up exercise. The real deal is coming very quickly, and the lightened piece on the outside is very closely followed by the Sonic. The only boat out of the realm of the six boat race today is the Bush Boys. They are maybe 150 feet as Curtis would have said in the back.
Ralph, the boats are running dangerously close. I don't see a lot of room for going around. I don't like when the boats go this close to one another. I like the little gap in between when they can shake up the boats and shuffle the boats without the pressure of another boat trying to fight for position.
Okay.
This is going to be very, very close. The boats are in one cluster now, right, and the UFO has gone around the first marker, and then the Real Deal, followed by the Wizard, followed by the Sonic down the lee side, and the Lighting Piece is now going down the lee side of the Sonic. Very good sailing by Captain Kenny, trying to stay out of collision, and now I can get a better sense now of how the boats will go. I'm starting to feel a little more comfortable as the boats get ready to go towards the final marker, and the UFO is still leading 50 feet in front of the Real Deal. These boats are close. Everything is 50 feet. I won't bother to pull up my measuring tape. Everything is 50 feet.
Okay.
And if you're at home, that is just 10 tiles in your living room.
Yeah, 10 tiles. It might be less than that. The size of some tiles now, Curtis.
Yes, well, I know some people got big tiles, but the standard 1 foot tile, we're going to tell them to count out 10, 20 tiles. And here goes the UFO. The guys in the UFO are down on the sheet. They are down on the sheet, and they are trimming the UFO. There's a fair amount of breeze blowing today, so you're going to see a very fast race. These boats are going to sail out each other very fast today. The UFO is going, and they are trimming. Here comes the Real Deal, and she is trimming. Here comes the Wizard, and she is trimming. That's how close these boats are. Just as I call the name, the boats are going. Here comes the Sonic, and she is trimming. And the Sonic is on, and the Wizard has gone over the stun of the Real Deal, and here comes the Sonic. The Sonic is now trimming and going. The guys in the Sonic have gone to work very early on the mainsail. They have gone to work on the jib, and here comes the Lighting Piece right in the stun of the Sonic, and they are trimming these boats off. And it's a beautiful race to the south. The UFO in front, the Real Deal, the Wizard, the Sonic, and the Lighting Piece. It's a race inside South Triangular Land. Here comes the Bush Boys, and here comes the Bush Boys. The Bush Boys is coming in 6th place. Only 6 boats racing today, and here goes the Bush Boys, last around the stake in 6th place, and they are trimming the boat down. The Wizard, the Lighting, and the Bush Boys is sailing in the stun of the Lighting Piece. And Captain Kenny has just broken up this race. Captain Kenny has just gone back to the north. The first boat to go back to the north is the Lighting Piece. And the wind is blowing today. They're going to have a little difficulty starting these boats if they make hasty decisions. But for now, the Lighting Piece has gone back. And guess what? Your guess is correct. The Bush Boys has gone back, and the Sonic is gone back. So we have 3 boats going back. The Lighting Piece is going back north. The Bush Boys is going back north. And the Sonic, Eddie in the Sonic, is going back up north. 3 boats still going in south. The UFO still leading. The Real Deal now down on lee side in second place. And the Wizard, windward of both of those front boats. The Wizard is gone crazy inside. And you know what I'm going to go say now? You know what I'm going to go say? Bags of Sugar is back in boat race. The Wizard has gone crazy here to the foot of Barnes Bay. She's going inside south. The rest of the boats, 2 down her lee side. The UFO and the Real Deal going inside south with the Wizard. Going up north is the Lighting Piece, followed by the Sonic and the Bush Boys. But this is an interesting race. The race is now 50-50, Ralph. Ralph,
yes, Curtis,
50% of the boats to the north and 50% to the south. But I can't talk no more. My heart is pumping. The Wizard is throwing out bags of sugar today.
Well, then certainly rest yourself, Curtis. You will come back and you will see what would have happened by then, whether there'll be any change or not. But certainly a fantastic race. It's going following the small boat race, or as some people say, the B-class race. The boats that came to the south seem to have gotten quite a bit when the others in the north didn't get that much today. But let's see how it works out at the moment. The UFO and the Real Deal, they are going to the south. The Wizard inside of them going towards the southeast, and the other 3 boats are going to the north at the moment. The important thing is that the boats in the south will be fairly close to land, and the breeze seems to be certainly coming straight at them from the north. Let's wait and see what happened. A lot of excitement. Curtis has said it all. He's following very closely what's happening out there. We are following, and I guess you are following too, looking at the screen at the moment. But when we last had an indication of the position of the boats, the UFO was in first place, second place was the Real Deal, and third place would have been the Wizard. But anyway, there are the 3 boats in the south at the moment. Curtis, say a little about the boats in the north there for me.
Yes, Ralph. The Lighting Piece still going north. The farthest to the north now. The Sonic is following her, going to the north. And the Bush Boys is also following the Sonic, going to the north. 3 boats going to the north and 3 boats going inside south. For now, we will say the boats leading inside south. The UFO was in front, the Real Deal was second, and the Wizard third. But right now, the Wizard has gone over the UFO and she has gone over the Real Deal. But the Wizard is now going back north. The Wizard is watching those boats up north, and she wants to put herself in a position not to leave those boats get too far in the north. In case the wind is operating out of the north, Ralph, the Wizard wants to be south and the Wizard wants to be north. The Wizard has gone back up north to try to command this race.
Well, certainly, Curtis, the pattern in the B-class race was that the boats that stayed out south came from nowhere in the last moments and actually cleaned up everything. Let's see if that has any semblance for what's going to take place now with the 3 boats in the north and the 3 boats in the south. But the Wizard now the Wizard is going inside to the north, coming from the land where the two other boats, the UFO, I believe the Real Deal and the Wizard will continue to go as much as they could go up towards the northeast at the moment.
And the UFO is still going in south. Down on lee side is the Real Deal, still going in south. And coming south now is also the Bush Boys from in the north. But she's already been crossed by the Wizard. The Wizard is here, standing up in the center. of Barnesby going up north, and she's going up north following the lighting piece. The Wizard, who is still going north. The Wizard is still going north behind the lighting piece. Those two boats went back early and they are still going up north. The Bush Boys, who was going up north with them, has tagged back, and she is yanked. She is crossed big by the Wizard. I don't think that there's any race up north today, Ralph. I wouldn't be going up north to look for my aunt. I wouldn't go up north to look for my mother. There's nothing happening up north today. What you say?
You based on the B-class rates, you have to be right. It's because those from in the south, in the last, say, half an hour of the race, cleaned up everything. But there must be some reason why these captains here continue.
Well, they couldn't hold on. They couldn't hold on going inside south. They were getting themselves not happy going in south because the UFO was dropping them, the Real Deal was dropping them, the Wizard was dropping them. They decided to go back north, but I believe they went too far north. But time will tell.
Yes, certainly they're going to get more licks going up north, so it might have been that they did not, should have been that they shouldn't have changed direction that quickly. But
well, I'm judging from the Bush Boys, Ralph, and the Bush Boys has come back, and by the time the Bush Boys came back to the Wizard, she was yanked. She's getting a big cross here, coming inside south still, and the Wizard is going up north. And the Real Deal just push it, Ralph. The Real Deal just push it way inside south. Way inside south. The Real Deal just push it inside south. Right into Anguilla Land, inside south. And here comes the UFO still going inside. Mumbai is still going inside south. Right into Anguilla Land. But the Real Deal is now back. And she is crossed by the UFO. The UFO could still be leading this race. You love it or you like it, lady? How you like the race?
The Real Deal.
Real Deal. This lady, every day she is with the Real Deal. And that's a true supporter, still on the Real Deal. So the Real Deal is back to the north from inside south. And the UFO, who should be leading this race, is now coming way inside south, down to the foot of Barnesby. The Wizard is halfway going to the north, way in the north, way in the north. I can't see nobody now inside of the lighting piece. I can't make out nobody at all inside of the Sonic. But what I can tell you is the Sonic just pushed it. The Sonic just broke back from going north. Eddie is now in the Sonic trying to come back to the south. And he may have realized that that was a fatal decision. But we will tell you exactly what's happening when Eddie gets closer to the Wizard. But Eddie has come back from up north, and now the lighting piece and Captain Kenny has just also broken it up. Kenny is now coming back from up north. And everybody who went to America today will find out that the race was down Trinidad. You had to stay south if you want to be in things. But we'll watch and we'll wait.
Very, very correctly said, Curtis, based on the B class race, and certainly the UFO is dropping some ground, although she's over the Real Deal at the moment. So the two boats coming from deep in the south are the Real Deal and the Mumba in the UFO. So it's the race was being led all along up to now, I believe, by the UFO. But in terms of ruling, the UFO right now is the Real Deal. Oh, and there goes the real Deal, Curtis. The Real Deal made up some ground on the UFO, even though the UFO is over inside.
Well, the UFO has gone high here. The Real Deal is looking good, but the UFO has gone high. The Real Deal is now crossing the Bush Boys by a big distance. The Bush Boys is coming inside south. The Real Deal has pushed it from inside south, going north, but she is crossing the Bush Boys by a big cross. And windward of the Bush Boys is the UFO, and I can tell you that Mumba right now is very happy. The UFO is sailing, and Mumba has put the UFO all to the wind. He's not speeding the UFO. He's taking what whatever win he's getting, and he has put the UFO to the win, all to the win, and he is going here climbing high. He's climbing high with the UFO inside of Four Seasons, going outside Barnes Bay to the north, and I believe the UFO has these boats crippled today, Ralph. The UFO is looking good right now.
Yeah, generally that's the pattern of the UFO. We just have to wait and see as they come closer by. I am looking very closely at the real deal in the middle by herself, holding her head extremely high, going towards the southeast, and with the other three boats are way out in the north. It's a fantastic race. We're looking at the Bush Boys. They are in the rear, just recently crossed by the real deal, and we have to wait and see what happens as the boats come closer by, is because we have three of them way out in the north. We have one in the middle, the Bush Boys. We have the real deal coming up very tight over the UFO, and the UFO sailing quite well, coming from into the land. And it changes. Notice, Curtis. Okay, Curtis is so taken up by the race. It's very little time he has to concentrate on the other side of it. But three boats are heading towards the north at the moment. They would have to be the Light and Peace.
And if the Wizard was watching this race, they would have come back long time. The Wizard has crossed the Sonic and the Light and Peace big, but the Wizard should have come back time and realized that the race was inside south. Inside south, the UFO and the Real Deal has crossed these boats big, Ralph. Big time.
You're right on spot, Curtis.
And I believe by the time you get to center ground, the Real Deal might just go with this race. She's outlegging. The Real Deal is outlegging the UFO.
Well, we agree on that. We agree on that, Curtis. And the Real Deal is really sailing. But if you look at what happened in the B class race, that was the pattern. The boats that were in south was getting everything that was coming at them, and in the end they conquered. You know. Okay, so a little bit of conversation between some of the folk on board, difference of opinion
Bags are sure back in what race. The Real Deal has gone crazy here to the foot of News Bay. The Real Deal is outwinning and outreaching the UFO, but for now the UFO is still in command. There's a lot of wind blowing today, and that just might be the saving grace of the UFO. There's a lot of wind blowing today. You could do what you want with your boat, and that might be the salvation of the UFO. The Real Deal will have a hard time getting out from under the UFO today with this amount of wind blowing.
Unless the captain makes certain mistakes, which would have been common throughout the racing season. But you've said it right. You can afford a couple of mistakes because the wind is so strong, and you just have to sail your boat. But certainly the Real Deal is putting on a show for us here in the middle. We are going to wait and see what happens after the Wizard really conquered everything in their way. They kept
and
going.
the Real Deal, Ralph, the Real Deal has just crossed the Sonic. She's right in the bow of the Sonic now, crossing the Sonic, and she's going to also cross the Light and Peace. The Real Deal has just crossed the Sonic right here outside of Four Seasons, in the northwest of Four Seasons, right to the foot of News Bay, right to the head of, and the wind is coming down fresh, right?
Oh, yeah,
the wind is blowing down fresh. The wind is blowing down fresh. If you had an umbrella, you had to hold on to it. The wind is blowing down fresh. Hold your umbrella.
Very firm. I'm holding my hat. I don't have an umbrella to hold, but they got a lot of pressure here there just now, and so the Real Deal is eating up, coming towards the east. And as Curtis said, you could afford yourself a couple of mistakes because the wind is so strong that you can make up for any minor mistakes. So the Real Deal has just crossed the line.
And the Real Deal is scattering, Ralph.
Yeah,
The Real Deal is scattering. And I believe by the time we get outside to Sandy, the Real Deal will say goodnight to the UFO. The UFO is still windward, but she's not traveling. And Kalube, along for the day to see him in the stern of a boat. I like aggressive people, and Kalube is aggressive. Kalube has the Real Deal spitting big balls of fire. I expect a phone call anytime now from Canada.
Okay.
Kalube is letting go the Real Deal.
Oh yeah,
He's
so,
letting go the Real Deal.
certainly. It's the
Oh, you know about that. The Wizard has come back from up north. The Wizard went up north somewhere in Miami. But I believe the Real Deal could very well have a yank. But we will tell you what's happening as they get closer.
excellent.
But this Real Deal is making big balls of fire.
Yeah, certainly. We've not
She's
seen
staying
a boat
from right
sail
here
like this
in Angola,
in recent times.
right in the middle of Meath Bay. And she's melting snow in Canada, Ralph.
Oh yeah,
I believe the Real Deal is melting snow all up in Canada now.
I would tend to agree with you. Either melting snow.
And she's dragging down the UFO bit by bit. What's your vision?
Oh yes, certainly. I've said that earlier on. She's actually pulling down the UFO. The more she continues to go to the northeast, and she seems to be getting a bit more fresh breeze than the other boats for some reason. There's rarely speed we are seeing today from the Real Deal as she travels towards the northeast. She's actually reacting like a boat with a motor. Okay, a little bit of conversation between Curtis Love and Captain Zeke, but the captain's word is law on these boats. So, okay, Curtis Love wants the
And the Real Deal is going to the Wizard. And the Real Deal is going to the Wizard. Somebody get me a telephone. I have to make one call. I gotta call somebody right now. Oh,
we are waiting to see what
in both ways we call this
and
a yank.
Deal at the moment.
And the Wizard has yanked everything coming in from the north. The Wizard has come back from the north, and she has yanked everything here in this Champion of Champions boat race. Bags of sugar back in boat race. Bags of sugar back in boat race. The Wizard has gone. She has crossed everything big time. And she is heading inside to Maljohanna. The Wizard is now in first place. The UFO is in second. The Real Deal is in third. The Sonic is in fourth. The Lighting Piece is in fifth. And the Bush Boys is in sixth place. The Bush Boys, the Lighting Piece, and the Sonic is down by 4 seasons. The UFO and the Real Deal is going up north in the middle of Meath Bay, and the Wizard is almost Maljohanna. The Wizard has gone. She made a tack to the north after going inside south with the Real Deal and the UFO. She went up north and stopped everything. She pushed it from the north. She's back now in the south to Maljohanna, Meath Bay, and she has cut everything in two.
Oh, okay.
Bags of sugar back in boat race.
Okay, Curtis is telling you some things that are actually accurate. We will just have to wait and see because things are changing so quickly in this the champion of champions race. The Wizard went to the north, got just some good wind out of the north, and came right back across and across the Real Deal and more than likely across the UFO as they are going to be sailing towards Maljohanna at the moment. But the wind out here is that strong and that vicious that we can expect almost anything at any time. But right now
And the Wizard did not go right inside, Ralph. The Wizard did not go right in to Meath Bay. Derek is back now after crossing everything. He crossed the Real Deal. He crossed the UFO. And he has put it down right in the bow of the Sonic and the Lighting Piece coming up. but he's a big distance ahead of the Lightning Peace and the Sonic. And he's now going north. Everybody bung north. Everybody bung north. Everybody going up north.
The farthest north is the
and the real deal has gone down on the sheet. Kalube has called for more sheet. Kalube is going for more sheet. Kalube is looking for something more now out of the real deal. Kalube has gone down on the sheet here at the head of Miz Bay. Kalube is asking the real deal to do things she had never done before, and he goes for the sheet. Kalube gone for more sheet.
So certain what Curtis is saying, he's asking the...
And you can't trust the real deal. She's a dangerous boat. You cannot trust the real deal. She's fast, and she holds a lot of wind. What Kalube is looking for, he very well may get it. And the real deal is pouring to the north, down the lee side of the UFO and the Wizard. And it's a race to the northeast of Sandy.
Yeah, so certainly we are quite a way out. We are looking at Sandy in front of us, and Captain Kalube doing everything that is humanly possible to speed up the real deal. And as Curtis is saying, the way she has been sailing in recent times is actually a reflection of the old real deal, and you can't trust any situation out here. There's quite a lot of wind blowing, and as a result of the wind blowing, funny things happen at funny times. So we are racing up to the north now, and we are going to soon pass the Sandy Island, and somewhere in the distance as we power up towards that area. And right in front of us is the real deal at the moment. On the inside of the real deal would be the Lightning Peace, the Wizard, and the Island Harbor boat, the UFO. The Bush Boys a little way in the back at the moment.
Yeah, we are jumping outside of Marijuana Point now, right to the head of Miz Bay. The Wizard is windward in first place. The UFO is down on lee side, a little behind, and exactly down the lee side of the Wizard, a good distance to the west, is the real deal. In the back of the race, the Sonic and the Wizard holding on to one another, fighting for fourth and fifth, and the Bush Boys is down the lee side in sixth place. Everybody sailing away from the Four Seasons Hotel, going outside of Miz Bay. The Wizard is in first place. She has a good command of this race, but in boat racing, we don't call it until they touch the stake, and we will not call it today until they touch the stake. But the Wizard came around, went south with the leading boats. The other boats broke back, went north, and the Wizard so fast broke it up in the south, went in the north, stopped the boats in the north, broke it up, come back inside south, and cut everything in two. Bags of sugar back in boat race.
I wonder which sets of bags of sugar, whether it's brown sugar or white sugar, but nevertheless, that is Curtis's version. So right in front of us, it would be the Dr. Dina Almond sign in the real deal, and how well the real deal has come back towards the end of the season. The pity it couldn't have happened earlier and have more competitive activities in the early part of boat racing season. But nevertheless, whenever there's boat racing, we love it, we follow it, and we think it's what
Ralph,
we will continue to follow.
I'm standing, it looks like the Lightning Peace is going across the Sonic inside there by the Penny. It looks like the Lightning Peace was down the lee side of the Sonic. She is now sailing across the Sonic, and that is for fourth and fifth place. The race right now is between the Wizard in first place, windward of the UFO in second place is the UFO, and outside under the lee, doing the most legging, is the real deal. This thing is going up to Sandy like a rocket. The real deal will get up to Sandy first. I can tell you that this real deal is scattering going north up to Sandy.
A lot of wind and water here at sea, so if you like water, you you could join us. If you like the wind, certainly you can join us. And the wind will be spelling quite a lot of words as far as this boat race is concerned. And as as Curtis would have said, the real deal is like an engine. She owns an engine going up towards Sandy Island. We'll have to wait and see what happens by the time she reaches there. There has to be a lot of appealing going on, is because really she's cutting through the seal like a sharp knife with butter on a hot plate.
Ralph, the real deal, making the Wizard and the UFO look like an anchor out.
Okay.
This thing going up north like a rocket.
Well, you are saying exactly what I said a while ago, Curtis. Almost the exact words. The real deal.
The real deal going up north like a rocket.
Her way up towards Sandy
like she got
a motor. There is no.
She's dragging the UFO down. She's stopping the UFO, Ralph. The real deal is stopping the UFO for sure. The Wizard is very high. The Wizard is very high, and that might save the Wizard today. But the real deal is dragging down everything going up here now. She's down the lee side in third place, but she's making them see stars going to Sandy.
Oh yeah, she certainly will reach Sandys before any of the other boats in this race. And what is being said by Curtis is very accurate by my reckoning. As a matter of fact, this real deal is sailing.
You enjoying the race?
She owns an engine as she powers away.
Yes, she's enjoying the race. She really do.
She's really running.
We have not broken the rule once for the week 6.
Never.
We never broke the rule 6. We always go to sea with a lady on board.
That will never happen.
Yes, I love Captain Zix.
Somewhere in the back is my partner, Mr. Cool. The broadcaster has to be close to the technical people. So
the lighting piece, has rolled across the Sonic from down on the side, and the lighting piece has gone from 5th place into 4th place, right to the head of Marijuana Hotel. Everybody is bound north. The Bush Boys has gone back into Meads Bay, but they are in 6th place. The Sonic is in 5th place, coming north behind the lighting piece. The lighting piece that was down the lee side of the Sonic has rolled across the Sonic, coming out of Marijuana, and the lighting piece is in 4th place. The real deal has gone on the legs, going to the north of Sandy, down the lee side of the UFO and the Wizard. What is saving these boats today is that a lot of wind is blowing, and you cannot get away from boats so quickly because everybody is feeling the wind in their sails. But this real deal is going like a rocket up to Sandy, and she's dragging the UFO down slowly. The UFO is in 2nd place, and she's creeping up under the Wizard slowly. The Wizard is in 1st place, but the Wizard has a lot of height over the real deal. It is going to be difficult for the real deal when she get up to Sandy and Tech to put the Wizard in any real trouble. But you never know in boat race. And if you look at the real deal, jib and sail, that is what you call a beautifully fitted boat. That's a beautiful sail. That's a beautiful sail and jib on that boat. Everything is fitting properly. It takes a lot of time and a lot of work to get a fitted boat. And when you see a fitted boat with a sails like that, you got to give a lot of respect to the crew and the captain and the owners of the boat. A lot of hard work and money goes into making this boat what it is. But the real deal is getting out here to the north, going up Sandy. And she is going up to Sandy. Sandy Island is getting bigger and bigger by the minute. Every second that goes by, the real deal is making Sandy Island look bigger and bigger.
Okay, thank you, Curtis. As you said, every second that passes by, Sandy Island is becoming more a reality, more in front of our eyes from the real deal point of view, because she is heading down to Sandy Island at the moment. While she's doing that, she's dropping the UFO that bit, but the other one that she is concrete on a minor scale, a much minor scale would be the Wizard, but the Wizard is so well over at the moment that it is difficult really to work the magic, I believe, to get completely over her. But we are sailing towards the Sandy Island now, and there have been gaps in our sailing at this speed when the Real Deal has been outrunning us, going towards the Sandy Island. So Sandy Island, and not just to the east of us at the moment, beautiful white sand and the coconut trees facing us, and the clean stream is doing. I guess they are loving it. We're getting quite a bit of water, but it's a sort of a golden show of what boat racing really is. The Champs Race 2026, when we've had a wonderful season, and it's culminating into a very wonderful
Ralph,
end.
we would like to go back now and show what is happening behind, but we cannot do it right now in this race. We cannot go back. The Bush Boys is in 6th. The Sonic just broke back. The Sonic just broke back in 5th place to go back towards Quintessence inside. The Sonic is now going back south to Quintessence. But we cannot leave this race. We are up for a moment that we cannot refuse to put on camera. The Real Deal is stopping the UFO from down her lee side. The Real Deal is doing big things here, going up to Sandy Island. She is stopping the UFO from down the lee side. The Real Deal is gone inside on the legs up north. The UFO is coming, sailing nicely, but the Real Deal is making big movements here in the ocean. And the Wizard is very high now. Very high, still going north. The Wizard in 1st place. I'll give 2nd for now to the UFO. She's windward, but she has fallen a little bit behind, going up north. The Real Deal is 3rd. 4th place is the Lighting Piece, coming north from down in Quintessence. Eddie is in 5th, gone back inside to Quintessence, and he's already crossed by the Lighting Piece. I had never, for a long time, seen a boat eat seawater like this. The Real Deal is literally eating seawater. You have to be out here to see this. Those of you at home, please next August get in a boat and come out and see boat race. I just watch it from the land sometimes, but there's nothing like watching this thing from out to sea. It's better out to sea.
Of course.
That's what the ladies say. It's better out to sea. And the Real Deal is just about 7 minutes now away from Sandy Island. And she has come from foot of the land, and she has closed in on Sandy Island very quickly. The Real Deal is tearing, going north. When I get a show, I want to check to see if she got on a small motor. She's going north like a rocket down the lee side of the UFO and down the lee side of the Wizard. That boat is going up to Sandy Ralph.
What Curtis is saying is the actual truth, or the gospel truth is, it appears like this boat is carrying an engine. It's one of the fastest times I've seen boats sail in these conditions, because most of the time when the wind is like this, I guess you keep away from being out at sea, but she is rarely going at the moment. I think the Wizard is high up enough to hold her own, but I do not know if the UFO can hold on to her own much longer as far as the Real Deal is concerned. We are just in the Sandy area now, almost due west of Sandy area, and the UFO is on the inside of us. On the inside of us at the moment, lots of wind across here at the moment, which means you're getting a lot of water. Most of us are on the boat are actually bathing in water at the moment, but the comfort is looking at our national sport and enjoying it. Okay, we are certainly right west now of Sandy Island. If you're ashore and the dusty conditions do not allow you to your sight to be hindered, you're going to see the activity across here.
I believe the UFO may have to broke. Harris, you believe the UFO will broke? Do you think it's going to broke? The real deal has hot. The real deal has now hot the UFO. Do you agree that the real deal has hot the UFO?
Really hot.
And I believe the real deal has now hot the UFO. They have sailed from foot of Angola land just below Sandy Island. But the real deal came here with so much speed, so much on the legs and on the wind. She stayed from down the lee side of the UFO, and I believe the UFO could be in trouble with her second prize going up here to Sandy Island. I believe the real deal is about to take second place away from the UFO. The Wizard has gone back inside, south to Angola land. She's no longer going north up to Sandy. Derek has looked at the lighting piece. The lighting piece has gone due east. On the inside, the lighting piece is climbing high, and I believe Derek has broken up the race in the north. He wants to get back inside south to stop the lighting piece and put her in position. This race is torn in two halves now. Some boats going up north, some boats going south. And the Wizard is now going back south to put the lighting piece in place. The UFO is still going north, and the real deal is still going north. But we will watch, we will wait. The lighting piece has gotten very close to the Wizard now. The lighting piece is getting back in this race very quickly, Ralph. The lighting piece is getting back in this race very quickly.
And as you said, Curtis, we never call a race until it's over. Out here, the conditions are very amenable for all sorts of results. So we are not going to say race over until race over. And certainly, as you said, it appears like the lighting piece is getting closer to the Wizard at the moment, while the real deal is actually eating it up in the north. Still a little way through Sandy Island.
I think the lighting piece, I think the Wizard came back to the lighting piece just in time. Look how close the lighting piece has come to the Wizard.
Oh yeah.
This is close. Not very, very close, but dangerously close for sailing.
Oh yes, we will have.
And the Wizard has crossed the lighting piece, but nothing to talk about. So I can tell you by the distance that the lighting piece has been crossed by the Wizard, that the lighting piece, if she continues not, she will have a confrontation with the UFO and with the real deal. She must put one of them hardly. It must be close between. Second prize now is a very tight race going up here out of Isaac's Cliff into Sandy Ground. And here comes Kenny. Kenny is getting back in this race, and the Wizard just pushed it over the lighting piece. The Wizard and the lighting piece is now bound to the north. Kenny is down the lee side, but Kenny has gotten back in this race. He has shaken off the Sonic, and the Wizard has now trimmed down over the lighting piece, and they are bound to the north. Everybody now going north. The Wizard in first place going north. I can't tell you who's in second, but the lighting piece down the lee side of the Wizard going north. Way below Sandy now is the real deal, and the real deal just push it. The real deal just broke up this race going north. The real deal is now back to the south, sailing under Sandy. We have to see what will happen between the real deal. We have to see what will happen between the real deal and the UFO. And you are watching it now live on TV. And it's going to be, I can't call it from here, Ralph, I can't call it. I can call your name. Oh, it looked like a Hardley. Ralph, help me out. Ralph. And the real deal has drawn. The real deal has eased her sheet. She's letting the UFO go. It had to be close. It could have been a Hardley. The real deal still has her sheet drawn. The real deal has drawn her sheet for the UFO. The UFO has crossed the real deal by a hair. By a hair. Could be a fingernail, I don't know, you tell me. But the UFO has now pushed it over the real deal coming inside south. The real deal is coming south. And the UFO is over her trimming down now to come inside south under the Leah Sandy. But I said it, the wizard came back, Ralph. The wizard came back just in time to hold the light in peace. Otherwise, Kenny was gone with it. Would you believe that Kenny is now crossing the real deal and Kenny is now crossing the UFO? Kenny is in second place. Kenny is in second place. The light in peace is in second place. The real deal and the UFO outsailed her all day up until this moment. But the real deal is coming here down the lee side of the UFO. But the light in peace, 2 blocks of Sandy Island, has crossed the real deal and the UFO. And the light in peace is now in second place. The light in peace, Ralph, is now in second place.
And the real deal apparently is in third place at the moment. UFO in fourth. That's the way it appears as we are just off Sandy Island. The boat you are seeing going through Sandy Island now, that would be the light in peace. Okay. So Curtis is asking for a near pass by the wizard because she wasn't on television for the day. We will see if Captain Zeke accommodate. So here comes the real deal passing Sandy Island at the moment and going towards the east would be going towards Crocus Bay would be the light.
Yes, the wizard did a good time to go back. So, Ralph, the light in peace is running out of room. She is going up to Sandy Reef and he had to come back. So the light in peace is back under the Leah Sandy. He ran out of room. As you know, Sandy Island has reefs. He had to blow back. And now the light in peace has broken back from Sandy. And once again, she's crossed by the wizard. The wizard is in first place, going north. Just crossed the light in peace over Sandy. And the light in peace just broke back from Sandy Island in second place. The UFO is in third. But I believe that the real deal will get to Sandy Ground before the UFO. She's traveling more on the legs. She's getting inside and outside faster. But we'll watch. The UFO is still coming inside south. Everybody now bung inside to the south. And Eddie is way on the inside. Eddie is in a good position. He got a lot of licks today. The boats outsailed him. But Eddie has lived inside to the land. And Eddie could be gone in already. Look at the Sonic. The Sonic is inside high. The Sonic is inside high to Anguilla land. But the wizard, the light in peace, the UFO, the real deal, they are now leaving Sandy Island and going inside to Sandy Ground. We are still another half an hour left in this race. And the real deal is now throwing out sand. The real deal is now lightning. 1 bag of sand gone back in the sea. They took it from the shore. They are throwing it here outside below Sandy Island. And the real deal has lightened. They know they need to find more and they are looking for it. And that's the way it is in racing. When you don't have enough, you got to look for more. You got to look for it. But sometimes when you look for more, you get less. So looking for more ain't no secret. Sometimes you look for more, you get more. And sometimes, don't tell nobody, you get less. So the wizard is windward in first place. The light in peace down her lee side. Everybody bung inside south to Sandy Ground. Just a few blocks east of Sandy Island. The real deal is down the lee side of those two boats. The UFO is in the back of those two boats. And it's a race inside south. And Eddie has gone back inside south. The Sonic has gone back again inside to the south. Eddie could not follow the boats today, so he made up his mind to live inside south. And he is hoping. And that's one good thing about life in boat race. That word you call hope. He has gone back inside hoping that he catch something that nobody expect him to catch. That thing is called Wind Ralph. And if he catch it in there, they could meet him a show. Bags of sugar back in boat race. Yes, the real deal is marching a line going up here. The UFO is still in third place, the real deal in fourth. But the UFO is lagging behind a little bit now. All of these boats are making more speed on the legs going inside. Is the lighting piece getting out from under the Wizard? Mr. Cole is here saying that the lighting piece may be getting out from under the Wizard. I don't see it. I don't see it for now. She has gone a little bit on the legs ahead, but the Wizard is very high. Well, it's up for discussion. Is the lighting piece getting out from under the lee of the Wizard? And it could very well look so from where we are. But until Captain Zeke's go up north, I can't tell you if I agree with Harris. And the wind just came down fresh. The wind just blew down fresh here. And that's another, oh, fresh. Fresh, the wind has come down fresh here, Ralph. Ralph, that's fresh wind. You could see it on the water like ripples in a shot. And the Bush Boys is now coming from inside South Isaacs Cliff. The Bush Boys is now going north. But the Bush Boys is crossed by everything here. And they will be running in sixth place still up until now. Eddie, oh, look at that wind. Look at that wind. The wind just blew down fresh on the real deal. Fresh. The Sonic is right inside now to Skiffles. And I don't think Eddie is going to be able to shake out these boats today. The Sonic will have to catch some special wind when they push it from south coming north from Skiffles. And I don't believe that it can happen. But you never know in boat race. So we go back with the leaders. The real deal, we are closest to her. But she is now in fourth place, contending with the UFO for third. In fourth place is the Wizard. Harris is saying that the lighting piece has gone on the legs inside, going south. Harris is telling me that the lighting piece has gone on the legs away from the Wizard, and the Wizard may be in trouble. But for now, I don't see it. The Wizard is very high. One thing I can tell you, Derek has put the Wizard all to the wind. I don't know if it is a stretch Skiffles, and the real deal is making her way inside. Once again, she's giving the UFO trouble going in here south. She gave the UFO a lot of trouble going north to Sandy. She's now giving her trouble going on the inside. But the UFO is still hanging on to third place for now. And the real deal is in fourth place. Everybody is... And Zeeks is all excited to see the Sonic in fifth place. He now has my attention on the race for fifth and fourth. And the lighting piece. And the real deal is now going to the Sonic. And the real deal is now going to the Sonic. And this is close. The Sonic is back in this race. This is close. Eddie lived in the south all day, and Eddie is now putting the real deal in problems. And I'm hearing the cries, and I'm hearing Hadley. I'm hearing the cries, and they're calling Hadley. By watching, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, and they're calling Hadley. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And oh my goodness, it's close. The Real Deal and the Sonic just came hardly. The Real Deal and the Sonic just came hardly. And they are now trimming the Real Deal. And they are now trimming the Sonic. It's a scramble for the Sonic to go back inside south. And the Real Deal has gone trimming her sail up north. It's a Hardly. Who would believe it? Who would have believed? Bags of sugar back in boat race. Who would have believed that the Sonic lived inside to the south, put those boats in problems today? The Sonic has just put the Real Deal Hardly right here below Gifford Connors, building above Skiffles in beautiful Anguilla. Hardly between the Sonic and the Real Deal. It's unbelievable. And the Real Deal is now going back to the UFO, and the UFO is going to be close, but I believe the UFO will cross the Real Deal. And the UFO has just crossed the Real Deal. The Wizard is first, the Lighted Beast is second, the UFO is third, the Real Deal and the Sonic is fighting for fourth place. Oh my goodness, bags of sugar back in boat race. Who would have believed that Eddie would have stayed inside south all day and come back in this race to put the Real Deal Hardly? And here comes the UFO. The UFO is in third place. She sailed magnificently all day. At one moment it looked like the Real Deal was going to take her down, but it never happened. And I was surprised to see the Sonic lived inside south to the land all day and came right here to the head of Skiffles and put the Real Deal Hardly. Wow, wow, wow. Bags of sugar back in boat. Olivet, girl, you did well today. You're holding it down today. You try hard. Bags of sugar back in boat race. Bags of sugar. Olivet is okay on the sea Anguilla in her beautiful white shirt and her orange t-shirt that I gave her some years ago. Her nice blue pants and a nice straw hat. Olivet is looking like a real American tourist. And the UFO is now pushing it to go back up to the north. The UFO was going inside south. She has gone back up north. And I believe that Mumba is now fighting for his third place. He wants to keep the Sonic in position. He wants to keep the Real Deal in position. He wants to hold on to his third prize for all of his fans, his supporters, and his crew. So the UFO is now holding on to third place. She's sailing all of the boats, the Real Deal and the Sonic, in position. And it's a real fight now for third place, fourth place. The Lighted Beast has just pushed it just below Captain Chrissy Badge that is anchored out. And once again, we hail up all of the big crew, all of the massive people there on Back Street, up by Lydia's Bar, all of the people by La View, all of the people Back Street, and all of the people up by the Almond Tree Back Street. Oh, we love boat racing. And the people of Back Street is now seeing, they are now seeing the Wizard cross the Lighting Piece. And the Lighting Piece has just been crossed by the Wizard. And the Wizard has put it down 2 blocks over the bow of the Lighting Piece. And the Wizard is now going up to the stake below the wharf with the Lighting Piece. Bags of sugar back in boat race. Captain Kenny raced a very good race today. He went up north, which I thought was not a very good tack. He went up north. He came back from north inside south. And when he came back from the south, if the Wizard did not push it At the moment, going up to Sandy, if the Wizard did not go back south inside to Kenny, the Lightning Piece would have yanked him. But Derek made very good decisions today. And, oh my goodness, the real deal is in trouble. The real deal is in trouble. It looked like she bust her chip stay. The real deal bust her chip stay. The real deal bust her chip stay. Oh my goodness. Only the mainsail and the mast. The sailors are now fighting to take cables to hold the strain. And what they have to do, this has happened to me many times in racing. You have got to get that mainsail down. But it is very difficult to do it without the jib stay. The jib stay is what holds the most pressure of that mainsail. Oh my goodness, the real deal is out of this race. She has broken down. And Kenny is back inside to the south. Kenny is bringing Derek to a fight here, right to the wharf in Sandy Ground. Derek is back south over Kenny, and Kenny is trying his living best to bring Derek to a fight. There are some guys here without their shirts enjoying the race. You enjoy the race? Yes. And Kenny, once again, is going back. Kenny is going back up north. Kenny wants to bring Derek to a fight. Let's see what Derek will do. Let's see what Derek will do. And Derek is not bothering him. Derek is standing up, and Derek is looking for his marker, and Derek is now pushing it, and Derek is now pushing it, and they have to get the Wizard started. The Lightning Piece is very close to the Wizard, but the Wizard is starting. They have just put the jib on the Wizard. They are now trimming the sheet on the Wizard. They are pulling in the big sail on the Wizard. And Kenny is down the lee side very close. Kenny is looking to steal this champion of champions race. And he's doing it in the closing 5 minutes of this race. This is close. The Wizard and the Lightning Piece. And the Wizard has to tack at the right moment. Otherwise, the Lightning Piece can sneak up and take it. This is very close. Derek has to come almost the same time that the Lightning Piece is coming. He's in a good position to watch when the Lightning Piece is coming. I hope Derek don't go too far to the north. And the Lightning Piece is coming. And Derek is coming. And I can tell you, it's a race to the stake. It's going to be a race to the stake. It's going to be who could catch the wind. It's going to be who got the speed in their keel, who can catch the wind, and who have the speed. Here comes the Lightning Piece. Here comes the Wizard. Here comes the Lightning Piece. Here comes the Wizard. Here comes the Lightning Piece. Here comes the Wizard. Here comes the Lightning Piece. Here comes the Wizard. Here comes the Lightning Piece. Here comes the Wizard. Here comes the Lightning Piece. Here comes the Wizard. And the fellas in the Wizard is already tapping the gunnel. Yes, bags of sugar. Bags of sugar. And the smoke. I see the smoke. I see the smoke. I see the